Literally can't believe that I'm here right now. I literally just thought about doing this yesterday, and now here I am in Europe again. Not even 8 months later, 9 months later. It feels like I discovered like a loophole of life. Like this whole year has felt like a fever dream, and none of it feels like it should be happening the way it is, but it is. It's happening. And it's real. And I'm in Europe. I'm in Portugal. Like, what? None of this was ever in the plan for this year, like at all. And it's absolutely incredible, like how many things I've been able to do that I've always wanted to do. When I came back from my trip from France, I was like fully had come to terms with the fact that I probably wouldn't do any traveling for a year minimum. Like my bank account it had reached its max, like the money, the savings had run out. I was focused on trying to save up money for school for the next year, and it would just be working. And then in my little LinkedIn, the job that I have popped up as a recommended for me, and I applied for my flight attendant position just as like a haha what if, but like it's definitely not gonna happen, but I'll just apply just for fun, just to see. And then I got that job. It's the job that I always like wanted as a kid, but never thought that I would have like the time or opportunity to do, because it's like, where in my other main life plan would that have fit in? But then when I took my gap year and the job posting lined up perfectly with it, and then I got the job, like it all just fell into place so incredibly. And so yeah, like I wouldn't be here in Portugal today if it weren't for the benefits that I get through my job. But like, it's crazy. Anyways, I am in Portugal. I am in Porto right now. I made the decision to come here yesterday, officially. And then I went to the airport, actually 2 days ago now. 2 days ago, went to the airport yesterday, tried to get on a flight, was able to get on a flight on a standby ticket, got here this morning at 7 a.m. here in Porto. Here I am to explore. My plan, don't have much of one. I have a plan in my head of maybe going to 2 other cities in Portugal while I'm here. Let's see if that works out. The gratitude that I have is so immense. It like physically is affecting me. Like I feel like this like heaviness in my chest, like my heart is physically swelling. I don't know. I feel like I talk about this a lot, but like I'm just so grateful, and like I still can't believe that things have just been happening the way they have this whole year. And I don't know, I just feel like I need to keep saying it because it's true. I'm so grateful for just life and everything that I've been able to do and accomplish, and all the things off my bucket list and dreams that I've been able to do and make happen. I don't know, it's just crazy. I'm gonna get emotional. Anyways, happy to be here, happy to explore, have no plan, gonna figure it out. But hey, that is life, and that is when the best things happen, when there's no plan. So, yeah. Portugal had a lot of uphill. Dying just a little bit, but it's fine. Oh my god. Just grabbed a salad from the grocery store. My appetite, as always, when I first come to a new place, is shot. I have no appetite, but I've had very little to eat today, so I'm like, okay, I have to eat something. So I have a salad, I got a little savory pastry, and all the girlies in Portugal have been walking around with their little Coke Zeros in their hands. I got a Coke Zero, and that is the meal. It's a vibe. So I just had breakfast and now I'm going back to the hostel. I'm meeting up with a girl from my room that I met last night, and we're gonna go to the very famous library in Porto, and it's gonna be so beautiful and great. I feel like this would be even more exciting if I was a Harry Potter fan, but I technically have not read any of the books and I haven't seen all the movies, so I feel kind of sad about that because it's like Hogwarts Library was like based on this library, but I'm sure it'll still be great and amazing. That's the plan. Let's go. So I spent the last day in Lagos. I went to the beach yesterday. It was so pretty. And I met some people in the hostel and we went to the beach together and it was beautiful. And yeah, I'm getting some brunch with some girls from the hostel today and I feel so lovely. It actually feels finally like summer. It hasn't felt like summer all summer, but here in Portugal it does. I realized I haven't spoken at all today, so that's why my voice is like still, you know, weird. But it has been a lovely trip so far. But yeah, time for another day at the beach in the town, having a fun vibe. Already wearing my bathing suit. I'm already ready to go. Hold on, let me do a little fit check. I'm obsessed with this skirt. I got it from a little market in Ottawa, Canada. If there's any international viewers, oh my god. But yeah, and I love it. I wear it so much and it works with everything. Okay, let's go. chaos, we made it to the Benadryl caves. Oh my god. It's so interesting doing like so little research before coming to a place, because I just stepped out of the metro and my heart literally stopped. I got emotional because it reminded me so much of like the street. It just reminded me so much of Paris, which is, as we know, one of my favorite places in the whole world. So, oh my god. Oh my god. I don't know if everywhere else is like this. I doubt it, but like that was just such a shock. I just got pulled back to my time last year, and I just felt like I'd stepped into like a time portal.
Why can't I go before I lose my cool? I love you even if it's difficult. Don't worry just because I need to leave. Don't mean I'm sick of us, of you and me. I'm just not good at showing sympathy. Give me a break. I'm not angry anymore, just a little bit let down. I'm not angry anymore, just a little upset now.
So after a long day, not really, but like a day of walking around and all that, me and this one girl that I met in a hostel, we saw a very beautiful pool from a cathedral that we were at, and we're like, oh my god, like what if we could go to that pool? Like that'd be so cool. So we look on maps, we're like looking on maps to try to find where it is from where we're like where we're watching it, and we eventually find it on maps, and it's like this apartment hotel. You literally need like a code to enter, like you have to book it in advance, like it's very fancy. And we're like, let's just go and see like what the vibe is there. So we go to the door, there's literally like a code to get in, like there's no like way you can get like just walk in, but someone opens the door and we're like, okay, let's go. We can just like be like, we didn't know what was going on, like go in. We wait at the front desk, and we're finally, the front desk guy comes and he's like, are you guys like residents, like are you guys staying here? And we're like, no, but we were just like wondering like if the pool, we can get like a day pass for the pool or anything like that. And he's like, is it just the two of you? And we're like, yeah, like just, you know, curious. And he's like, okay. And he's like, okay, fine, you can come back and use the pool. And we're like, okay, like we'll be back in an hour then. Like, really? And he's like, yeah, I'll be here, just like knock when you get back. So we're going to a fancy pool at a fancy hotel with a pretty view because we're two pretty girls, pretty little tourists. I'm just here to get my bathing suit and head to the pool. That's pretty exciting. Okay, let's go.
Better than I was before, but I can't do it if we don't mature. Not angry anymore, just a little bit let down. I love the way you look me in the eyes when you up but can't apologize, 'cause you are too afraid to hurt your pride.
I got just
So
foam.
full, yeah. The German in me.
At least it's free.
I don't know if I like it.
Yeah, it's not my favorite. But okay, today we're going to Sintra. Day trip. It's a very unplanned last minute thing, so hopefully it all works out. But heading to the train station now. Let's go. Hiking to Pena Palace now, because the buses are just taking too long and your girl's got places to be. So